So I got fat during the lockdown period in UK basically, and then after that I decided to get lean and I got to the most shredded physique I did in year 2021. And since 2021 to 2024, where we are now, I've managed to stay lean, keep that weight off and maintain my physique. I'm going to teach you exactly how I did that, the protocol for that, covering 4 key areas, okay? Training, nutrition, lifestyle, and mindset. So the first thing I want to touch on is training, okay? Instead of hitting the cardio, instead of going on the runs, what I want you to do is hit the gym. I was doing resistance training, hitting the gym, I think around 4 to 5 times a week, and I was doing that first thing in the morning, okay? The reason why you want to do that is because when you train, when you're hitting the gym, when you're building lean muscle, you're going to be increasing your metabolism naturally, right? So that means when you're sitting and you're at rest, you're going to be burning more calories, right? And that's going to help you lose weight faster. So yeah, hit the gym. I'm going to give you a screenshot of a simple 4-day routine. Just use this, adjust it if you want, and I want you to just keep the training simple, okay? Don't overcomplicate it, just focus on progressing week by week. You know the fundamentals, just stick to those. And the thing I want to tell you is training is not actually the most important thing when it comes to a weight loss phase. In fact, for me, the training pretty much stays the same whatever phase I'm in. It is not the most important. So keep that in mind. That leads me on to number 2, and that is nutrition, which is the most important thing, because you can't out-train a bad diet, right? Now, it's a simple overview for you. To lose weight, you need to be burning more calories than you take in. Now, there's 2 ways that you can do that. Number 1, you can exercise more, or number 2, you can eat less food, right? And eating less food is way easier to do, and let me explain why. Because you only have 24 hours a day, right? You can't just keep increasing exercise indefinitely, because you're gonna have more CNS fatigue, central nervous system fatigue, mental fatigue, physical fatigue, right? It's just not possible. So the easiest option is to just eat less food, right? I'm not going to tell you how to calculate the calories for that because there are 1,000 videos on there and I can't be able to repeat it myself because that's boring. But what I want to give you is some strategies that I've used to make my nutrition very, very easy in terms of losing weight. Now, number 1 is to have a meal plan. I was eating the same foods every single day, right? Because I was that focused on losing the weight. That's the only thing that mattered to me. I didn't want to be Ramsay in the kitchen, just lose the weight. That was it, right? When you're having a meal plan, it reduces that decision fatigue, okay? You don't need to think about it. You can go about your day and just make sure you're hitting the numbers that you need to hit. Simple meal plan, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, repeat, 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 repeat. I get bored, then I make a new meal plan, repeat, 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 okay? Number 2 is you need to eat lots and lots and lots and lots of vegetables, right? These are super key. Not because I'm telling you to be healthier, actually the reason is because they have so little calories that you can have a shit ton of volume. You can have a high amount of it and that'll help you keep full, right? Because when you're losing weight, you're going to be in a deficit, you're going to be eating less food. So if you can eat more food and not bump the calories up, it is a cheat code. So eat lots of veggies, peas, lettuce, cabbage, all that thing. Just chop it up, whatever meal you're eating, just throw it in there, right? Number 3 is regular sleep and wake time. Okay, now this is, for me, I found when I have a regular sleep and wake time, my hunger pangs and my hunger signals, they're not as all over the place, so I'm not getting hungry at random times, okay? Which throws a lot of people off. So yeah, sleep and wake up at similar times. And number 4 is I want you to go through a period of 0 dirty meals. I'm talking chocolates, snacks, fries, cut it all off for at least 4 weeks. And that's because your brain's reward pathway needs rewiring, okay? You've been wiring your brain's reward pathway by eating junk and shitty food for so long that that's the way it thinks it's gonna feel good. That's where it's getting its dopamine from. But what you need to do is stop that for so long so that your brain can rewire and get dopamine from different sources, like going to the gym, right? And then that way you can reintroduce them slowly, but you're not still telling your mind that you need those things in order to survive. Trust me, if you're still addicted to eating shit, it's going to be very, very hard for you to lose weight. Cool. Number 3 is lifestyle, right? I want you to start looking at yourself holistically, right? As a whole person, not just a person just trying to lose weight. And the reason I say that is because it helps me to see myself that way, because when I do one good thing in one area, it can easily translate into another one. So what I want you to do is start to take your work or your business or your studies very, very seriously, right? Because if you become a high performer at work, you'll most likely become a high performer when it comes to your health and fitness as well, right? So I started, just bit my mouth. We continue, right? So I started taking uni a lot more seriously, right? I bought an iPad, started scheduling things, started, doing my work on time and all that. And I built a really nice routine that complemented both my uni lectures, my homework time and the gym, right? And I decided to cycle that routine again and again. I sound like a broken record because every video I talk about routine, but that is the most important thing, right? Build that routine, okay? The next thing I want you to do in terms of lifestyle is increase your NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So in non-fancy terms, that basically means any energy that you have burned or used up that's not related to sleeping, eating, or sports, okay? So anything that's not related to that, for example, could be walking more, could be standing up to cook your food more, taking the stairs, carrying a basket when you're going to do your shopping, whatever it is, just start to increase your daily activity that's not exercise related, okay? Super simple way of losing weight, right? You could even just start introducing step counts, maybe 5,000, 10,000 steps a day. If you do that, you're gonna shred weight very, very easily, okay? Another thing in terms of lifestyle is just start to learn a bit more about your health and fitness, how the body works. You don't need to go to the depth that I do because I'm running a business on it, but just get the basics down, because what you'll find is when you're doing something and you're learning about it, there's more brain stuff going on, there's more links that are being made, and you're more likely to consistently continue that path, okay? If you learn a bit more about what you're doing and just spend maybe an hour a week, maybe half an hour a week just learning a bit more about fat loss, the benefits of it, etc., you're going to be way more likely to continue down this path, okay? The next point is the mindset. Now, before I jump into this, I want to give you a very simple definition of what mindset is, because I think a lot of people, a bit wishy-washy around it. So mindset, I want to define you, is the way our brain perceives ourselves and the world. So what that means is, the way that I perceive myself and the world has allowed me to stay lean for 4+ years. Very, very easily. So I want to share a few of those perceptions so you can get an idea of them. You might be implementing a couple of these ideas into your mind as well. So the first, I want to talk about the perceptions of myself. The first one is I aim to be a very complete man, right? And within that completeness is the aspect of physicality. So being a strong, lean, capable person is a massive pillar within that being a complete man framework in my mind. Alongside, having wealth, being free, having a community, being a good communicator, all those other things, right? But what I'm saying is having a strong body and aesthetic and powerful physique is also part of that pillar. So that's ingrained into my belief system. So that's one. Number two is cognitive function. So I apply the extensive research that is done on the links between exercise and cognition very, very seriously into my life. I really, really believe it, and I understand how it can make a difference on my creativity, my mood, my focus. So I am always going to implement some sort of exercise into my routine so I can benefit my cognition. Number three is self-discipline. Okay, if I don't train when I've been gifted with the ability, then I am officially a lazy piece of shit. That's the way that I see it, right? And I am an excuse maker and a coward. That's just my mindset, right? I can't live like that. Maybe you can, but I can't. That's another thing. Number four, last one in terms of myself, is I don't like to listen to anyone else, right? I've heard hundreds and hundreds of people continually make excuses about why they can't train, why they can't stay lean, X, Y, Z. And I don't like listening to those people, so I literally ignore them, right? I always make the decisions myself, and if they lead to good things, they do. If they don't, I am accountable for them, and I learn and I develop from that. So always make your own decision is another thing that I would say. Cool. Now, some other perceptions I want to give you about the world as a whole and how this relates to it. I believe I am 100 times more attractive when I have a lean and capable body, okay? So I can find a higher quality woman and I don't need to settle. That's the belief system that I have in my mind, so I'm going to act accordingly to that. Number two is you're going to be more respected. I believe if I carry myself with a good frame, good physique, then that means I will be more respected, okay? Because it is very difficult to achieve anything on your own. Believe me, I'm telling you right now, you either need a community or a team. And the more respected you are in the said community or team, the more cohesive it will be, the better quality of people that you're going to have in that team and community, and obviously you're going to work together towards a common goal. And I believe if you're in shape, if you're looking after your body, if you're lean, you can command more respect from other people without even having to talk. It's subliminal, it's, you just see it instantly. Imagine you had to hire someone in your team. You see someone who's fat and lazy compared to someone who's active, playing sports, running, football, you will automatically pick that guy. Unless you actually are the fat and lazy person, then you probably go for the other person, right? But you see what I mean. So I also have that belief system about the world and how being healthy sits inside that. So I'm going to apply those principles to stay lean and healthy and fit, okay? All of these things that I mentioned, right? It's not complex, it's not rocket science. I'm not telling you to build a rocket and send it to Mars. It's simple, but it's not easy, right? It's simple, but it's not easy. So what you need to do is practice and implement these things into your routine, okay? And if you implement everything that I've said, right? The likelihood of you losing weight and staying lean is the same as the sun rising tomorrow morning. Goodbye.